Hello everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to ChasingCinema.com's official YouTube channel. I'm your host, Jacob Tiranno, and I know it has been a while since you guys have seen me. I apologize for that. Like I said in my previous video, my week 40 update, click that white eye, which I just uploaded along with this update. I missed last week, had to do these guys as a back-to-back update. I apologize for that. I promise it will not happen again. After this week, we only have 11 more updates, so we are almost at the end, and from now on, I promise, I know you guys are rolling your eyes, every Tuesday I'll be doing it. So this Tuesday, week 42 update will be here. Again, October is the month of thrillers and horror films that I've been watching. Make sure to go check out my week 41 in case you've not seen that yet. But let's hop right into it. Day 281 of the 365-day movie challenge, I watched the 2014 found footage horror film, The Houses October Built. Now, The Houses October Built, despite the majority of reviews on Rotten Tomatoes and the star rating on Netflix, and from what I heard, is a simple but solid horror film. You know, going through this challenge, I've been watching a lot of movies on Netflix, and they aren't of the greatest quality. But I think my problem is that sometimes I'm too dependent on others' opinions. For some reason this month, I've just been really trying to watch high quality stuff, and I've been really trying to find ones with high tomato scores, and had I listened to that, had I continued that here, I would have missed this movie, which I thought was fun. It explores an interesting concept. A group of friends are going to go through these haunted houses to find the greatest haunt, which we find out is more of a more intense, immersive experience than a haunted house. But we get to go through this found footage of multiple haunted houses. Our characters are going through these different haunted houses, bringing us along for the ride. So it's kind of fun. It's like you're on that journey with them, and I don't mean journey as in their story, but you're literally going through a haunted house with them, and it's pretty fun. And some of them, mind you, are them, meaning the monsters in the haunted houses, are quite creepy. It also implements bits of documentary footage, and in that way, it's stylish and fresh. It's actually quite creepy. I had a good time with it, and though it does drag, the biggest issue of this movie is the ending. How the movie closes, I hated it. And I know you're saying, well, then why should I watch it? Because I think the moments that lead up to it are quite good and are quite fun. It's not groundbreaking, but it's a good, fun movie to watch. If you're looking for something to watch in this Halloween season, check out The Houses October Built. Day 282 of the 365-day movie challenge, I watched, thanks to my good friend Josh Bell at the Las Vegas Weekly, Zombeavers, the 2014 film. And this is an outrageous and silly film that comes from the comedy horror genre, which has really been developing here these past couple years. Zombeavers may be ridiculous, really, really ridiculous, but at times it's actually quite clever and overall pretty fun. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, Jake, that sounds like Sharknado, and chances are you're right. It is a very silly movie. However, what's so awesome is this. It gets credit, this movie, Zombeavers, that's right, you heard me right, gets credit because it uses puppets. It uses animatronics and puppets over cheap CGI. It's a Jim Henson nightmare, and for that, I think it deserves a lot of points because it's exactly what fans of B-rated horror films want. It's filled with gore, reanimated creatures, and a lot of laughs. And the fact that we're not looking at a lot of cheap CGI makes this even more fun. I think it's clever, good, fun, even if it feels a bit too long with a runtime of 80 minutes. That's never good, but I didn't mind the movie. Again, not a movie that I would say you need to watch, but if that's what you're into, feel free. Day 283 of the 365-day movie challenge. Thanks to my friend Jeff Howard over at VegasFilmCritic.com, I watched the 1973 horror film The Wicker Man. And The Wicker Man, sometimes referred to as the British Citizen Kane, is honestly stunning. It is incredibly smart and quite thrilling. It is a movie that tackles the ideology and people's devoutness to a particular religion. It also brought audiences one of the most famous scenes in cinematic history, the ending of The Wicker Man. And it's just a thrilling film that creates an unbelievable tone and atmosphere. It just riddled me with anxiety. I mean, I'm so disappointed that it's taken me this long to see the original Wicker Man. I had seen the Nicolas Cage remake, I think while I was working on Haunted Videos, so, at least 8 years ago. And what stopped me from watching this original, I will not know, but I will never forgive, because this is such a wonderful, wonderful movie. It has fantastic performances, a great score, and some really wonderful themes about religious loyalty. I love this movie. It's a masterful film, and it is both shocking and stunning and deserves the high praise it gets. Day 284 of the 365-day movie challenge, I watched the upcoming thriller drama, The Accountant. I just want you to know I'm not going to review this because I want to get these out updates to you guys as quickly as possible. Click that white eye, you'll be able to see me and Mr. Shu review The Accountant. Just know I was on the fence. Day 285 of the 365-day movie challenge, I watched the 1999 horror thriller Stir of Echoes with Kevin Bacon. And Stir of Echoes was really interesting. It's a really character-driven ghost story, which isn't common. The film cleverly uses tension to create a memorable mood, offers marvelous performances, but particularly Kevin Bacon, who, honestly, I think it's one of his best. It's a smart and genuinely creepy movie, and the visuals that run through Bacon's head may have you sleeping with the lights on. That's how genuinely creepy this movie is. It concentrates on a character, Kevin Bacon's character, and I think that's what makes it different. It's not about the scaring, it's about this man, and it focuses on his obsession with helping one person that no one else can see. And the idea of that, and just how it uses tension, not only creates suspense, but it creates a tone that is so unique for this film. Day 286 of the 365-day movie challenge, I watched. I wish I could say the French title, but I can't. The 1960s horror classic, Eyes Without a Face. Eyes Without a Face is truly poetry in motion. It's a beautiful painting that's moving, it's memorizing. I mean, it's that wonderful. It's a wonderful work of art that tells the story of two tortured souls, one doing its best to help the other. And it's not a traditional scary film, but a sharp French noir that tells a horrific tale. And it uses shadows and stark blacks, stark whites so wonderfully. And it's so much so visually reminds me of Night of the Hunter. And I think like it would be an amazing analysis to compare the two because they're both quite scary tales using black and white and shadows to their advantage. This is an iconic horror film and displaying an unforgettable and graphic operation where a patient has their face removed. Even now, 56 years later, that operation was still like, ooh! And I was, but as gruesome as that is, this movie is still very tame but beautiful. It's a really interesting blend to kind of see how this movie is. And I really love this movie. I'm actually working on a little bit of an essay on it, so I will be releasing that on chasingcinema.com in the upcoming weeks, so make sure to check that out. And day 287 of the 365-day movie challenge, I watched the 2015 New Zealand horror film, Deathgasm. Deathgasm is unlike all the other films I've seen this week. Movies that create these sinister moods and feeling of dark tone and tension. This movie just turns up the volume on the gores and the laughs, goes in the complete opposite direction. It is the silliest film that I've encountered in my month of horror films. Yes, even probably more ridiculous than Zombeavers. But if you go along with it, it's kind of fun. It's a film that doesn't take itself too seriously and just wanted to have fun. And that translates very well to the viewers. It's absurd but quite funny, not so much scary. And there is a lot of lowbrow stuff, but also some pretty witty humor. It's not a great film, but it's fun, and if metal and demon slaying and gore porn is your thing, then this movie is the jackpot. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for my week 41 update. Sorry for going so quick on these last two. Like I said, I just wanted to get them out, have you guys see what's going on. If you want to know more about the movies that I talked about, make sure to go check out my Twitter, where I review the movie that I see every single day, plus show you a bunch of other cool stuff that I get to do here in Las Vegas. If you have any recommendations in the next couple weeks, the few 10 to 12 weeks left in my challenge, let me know down here in the comment sections below. Never miss a video by hitting that subscribe button, and if you appreciated it, hit that like button. I promise Tuesday, my week 42 update will be out. Also go check out my review for Ouija Origin of Evil, as well as Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. Please continue chasing cinema.